students, we campaign for a particular candidate or a particular ticket, and sometimes when students actually get to the voting ballot, they actually vote something else. So sometimes the issue of the integrity of the Electoral Commission comes into play because it may seem that one candidate has a lead over another candidate, but in essence, when students actually go and vote, the outcome might be different. So I think first, students should also understand that sometimes just because somebody promises that they're going to vote for you doesn't necessarily mean that they will. As far as transparency in the Electoral Commission, for the counting of the ballots, there are other individuals outside of the Electoral Commission present while the votes are being counted, such as the Elections and Appointments Committee Chair from the Student Senate, as well as a representative from the Executive Branch, as well as an executive from the Judicial Branch, along with the Director of Student Activities. So as far as the integrity of the Electoral Commission, if we're having this issue, we would pretty much be questioning the integrity of other people outside of the Electoral Commission whose job doesn't really entail counting ballots. So I think that's one of the ways that's already in place to actually ensure that student votes are actually counted correctly and that the outcomes of the elections are actually accurate. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And this question is to you, Mr. Davis. What previous experience do you have that qualifies you for the position of Electoral Commissioner?
Thank you for that question. For those of you that may not know, this is my second time actually running as a candidate for a particular position. I've also served as a campaign member for various other campaigns on the campus of Florida A&M University, and I've also volunteered with the Electoral Commission. I most currently served as a Judicial and Rules Chair in the 41st Student Senate that required me to have a thorough knowledge of the student body, constitution, and statutes, and most recently in the 42nd Student Senate, I served as the Elections and Appointments Committee Chair. That job required me to pretty much learn the election codes inside and out, anything pertaining to the electoral process, as well as the Electoral Commission, I pretty much know it. Anything pertaining to the qualifications of office for Mr. FAMU, Miss FAMU, King and Queen of Orange Green, writing candidates, absentee ballot and special elections referendum, I pretty much already have this experience. All I'm trying to do is take that experience to a more relevant position as the Electoral Commissioner with first-class leadership, first-class experience. Thank you.
And that's why I did his graphic.
What previous experience do you have that qualify you for the position of Electoral Commissioner?
Well, when it comes to my qualifications, honestly, I am qualified. According to your student documents, chapter 600, all it says that I have to have a 2.5 GPA and above, and I have it. To uphold Chapter 600 to ensure that we have just and fair elections for all the candidates that are running. And honestly, no one here, no candidate here has actually had experiences that they are actually running for. I have never been the Electoral Commissioner, neither has my running mate or my opponent here. No one here. So yes, that is why I have the experience and I am qualified. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you for your response. The final question, we'll start again with Ms. Atkinson and continue with Mr. Davis. The final question is, as Electoral Commissioner, it is your responsibility to adequately advertise and appoint 5 to 8 very special individuals to serve as Deputy Electoral Commissioner as well as precinct supervisors. What qualities do you look for in these people as they apply for these positions?
Because I've been a leader since I've set foot on the highest of 7 hills, I know that when it comes to looking for the members of my commission, I need to seek out those individuals that come with great recommendation letters and have people to back and support their qualities, such as integrity, moral, ethics, and they have to have the understanding that this election and this race is not about who is winning, but upholding the right so that it is fair and just for all candidates. Thank you.
Thank you for that question. Being that the way the electoral process is set up at on our campus, pretty much we refer to Chapter 600 of the Student Body Statute when running our campus elections. Therefore, anybody that would like to be a part of my electoral commission, if voted as the electoral commissioner, must have a thorough understanding of the election code so that when issues do arise, they're able to know the right and proper protocol to actually handle these issues. I would also like to have people who have integrity that understand the importance of voting is in the hands of the student body. So if the student wants to elect a certain person, it is only our job to facilitate, organize, and make sure that that process is fair for everyone else. As an electoral commissioner, I also want to know that these people who are applying to be a part of the electoral commission do not want to have any place in the actual hubbing or campaigning for other candidates or trying to give people an upper hand over other candidates. So definitely fairness, transparency, accountability, and integrity is what I'm looking for in the next electoral commission. Thank you.
Thank you all for your answers, and we'll allow you all like a 30-second closing statement. We'll start with you, Ms. Atkinson.
Well, I started my campaign with the majority of the student body not knowing who I am because I'm a behind-the-scenes worker. But when I declared my candidacy, I vowed to uphold the rules and regulations of Chapter 600. And I put myself out there so you all can have an understanding of who I am and to know that when I ignite my flame, I'm not just talking about my right to vote, but I'm just ensuring that you all have your right to vote, and your right to vote will not be infringed upon, because I am a firm believer in Chapter 600 of the student body of Code of Edwards. Thank you.
Your final remarks, Mr. Davis. 30 seconds.
Well, pretty much I would like to say that the job of the electoral commissioner is pretty much to organize and facilitate the election process here on campus. It requires an individual with experience as well as leadership, and I definitely do embody those two characteristics. Because a vote for Dakary Davis ensures first-class leadership with first-class experience, because all I want to do is bring a first-class voter experience to the campus of Florida A&M University. Thank you. Thank you.
Next, we will go ahead and move our program ahead to the presidential. I'm sorry, I apologize.